Yeah, Friday! You have reached episode 31 of the Ranting Weight Watcher. I am your host, Donato Russo. I hope you enjoy the show today. If this is your first time here and you enjoy the show, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If the podcast app you're listening to me on allows you to rate the show, please leave a 4-star or 5-star rating. Any rating is greatly appreciated. Man, oh man. Thank God it's Friday. Here we are, another week gone by. I got a good show for you guys today. I hope you enjoy it. So, let's just get into this. Journey updates. All right, guys. I had a great week this week. I am down 1.2 pounds this week. For the month of March, I am down 6.4 pounds for a total of 123.8 pounds down. The pounds remaining to get to the milestone of minus 125 pounds is 1.2 pounds to go. I mean, could I hit it this week? I don't know, but we're sure going to try. Pounds to get to the 253 pound goal is 18.8 pounds. Now, if this is your first episode, the 253 pound goal I have is because it stems back to middle school, and I weighed that much in middle school, and it came along with a lot of bullying, and I feel like getting to 253 and getting under it is very important toward developing my mindset in this journey. I call it breaking a chain, an anchor. And I get into this in other episodes of what an anchor is in your life and what it means to break the chains. So the pounds remaining to get to my big goal, which was to lose 200 pounds and then reevaluate my life at that point, I am 76.2 pounds away from that. We are doing great. I mean, there's really nothing to be complaining about. I am very happy with the current state of things. I haven't changed anything food-wise. Exercise, I have definitely upped my game a little bit, but that is going to be more so because of the changes I made in some stuff, some purchases recently. And I'm going to get into that in today's topic. So, for today's topic, we're going to talk about the importance of good footwear, especially once you start moving and exercising in your journey. So, first I'm going to start with telling you about how I used to, up until this weekend, how I used to see buying a pair of shoes. My theology in buying shoes, because I'm a big guy, okay? And because of the way I walk, because of my gait and my size, I destroy shoes. And I do this with an efficiency that is, it's basically unmatched. I mean, they should use me to test out sneakers when companies are making them, because I destroy them. But I always said, because I destroy the shoe, I'm not going to spend a lot of money on it. And I would always look for shoes under $50 if I could. But the maximum I would spend is $50. So I was always, in the beginning of all this, I was buying New Balance regularly. New Balance shoes. And then the New Balance I had, they worn out. And I didn't have time to really go buy other shoes. So I started wearing, because I keep, to run around, I have Skechers that I just kind of slip on and go. So I said, yeah, maybe I should wear those in the walk until I could get the next pair of New Balance or whatever. So I did that, and it was going okay. I was doing fine or whatever it was. And then someone said to me, you got to get a pair of Brooks. So I went and looked at the Brooks for the first time, and I saw right away how much a pair of Brooks costs. And I'm like, I'm sure they're, at the time I'm saying, I'm sure it's a great shoe, but I'm not spending that kind of money. So I went crazy, and I ended up finding a pair of Brooks that was like on clearance and all this stuff, and I bought it. It was still more than I would have paid. I want to say it was like $69, $70, something like that. And I wore them, and they were good. I was fine with them. They did the job. The one thing that I remember the most when I first put them on is the size of the area where your toes go. I remember feeling like there was so much room in this area, and I realized I later come to learn that this area is called the toe box. I had no idea that there were terms like this. And from what I understand, nobody knows the area until they're trying to look for something serious in fitness. That's when they learn what toe box means. And that's exactly how it happened to me. But I loved the airiness of the shoe as well, because it was like made of this, I don't know if it was nylon or this fabric, mesh fabric or something like that. But the air I'd be walking and I'd feel the breeze not only hit me in the face, I'd feel it hit my toes because the breeze was going into the shoe. And I thought that was amazing. I just thought that was an awesome feeling because I never once felt that in my life. I said, oh my God, I like that. So anyway, that I dealt with that, and I said, okay, well, if I have to buy like last year's model on clearance of Brooks going forward, I'll do that. No problem. I'll spend an extra, because if my normal was $50 and then this time I spent $70, all right, fine. $20. $20 for that airy feel in the toes and the extra room in the toe area. I'll do with that. But I got an article here from livestrong.com, and I took a little bits and pieces from it about the importance of getting the proper shoe for the job when you're trying to exercise. So the American Orthopedic Foot and Ankle Society recommends that the type of shoe you choose depend on the sport you're most active in. If you perform a certain type of exercise 3 times a week or more, choose the corresponding sports shoe. And then McKinley Health Center recommends that you try on shoes in the afternoon or evening after your workout, as your feet are the largest at these times. Choosing a proper shoe can help to protect you against the common issues associated with your type of workout. Good shoes can lessen the impact of your step and cushion the foot from heavy landings. In addition, the sport or exercise-specific shoes can improve your performance, enabling, for example, quick direction changes. I'm not reading this entire article, and I may, in my show notes in the description here, I'll have a link to the article if you'd like to read the whole thing. But I just took little bits and pieces of everything. And finally, according to Michigan State University, running shoes should be replaced every 350 to 500 miles. If you run 20 miles a week, this means you should replace your shoes every 20 to 25 weeks. And I never ever paid attention to stuff like this because I was never exercising. And it just, if I bought 2 pairs of sneakers a year, fine. Once every 6 months, fine. If I wasn't spending more than $50, it didn't bother me. I remember one time I bought 2 pair because it was on sale for $30. And I said, oh, I like this shoe so much, I'm just going to keep the other new pair on the shelf for when it comes time. You know, like buy in bulk. That's how bad I was. I mean, I was pretty bad. But we're going to take a break. And when we come back, I'll tell you a little bit about my shoe shopping experience this time around to replace for my most recent shoe. So stick with me. Don't go anywhere.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening to the Ranting Weight Watcher. If you would like to connect on social media, we would love to connect with you. On the Weight Watchers Connect app, search for @RantingWeightWatcher. All of our other social media links can be found at www.therantingweightwatcher.com. You can also email the show, say hello, or share your story with us. Send your emails to therantingweightwatcher@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you. If this is your first time here, and you enjoyed the show, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. We are proud to announce that the Ranting Weight Watcher has been rated number 6 in Feedspot.com's Top 10 Weight Watchers podcasts. Click the link in the show's description if you wish to see the full list. If the podcast app you are listening with allows you to rate the show, please leave a 4-star or 5-star rating, whatever is in your heart to leave. Any rating is greatly appreciated. And now, without further delay, here is the star of the show, Donato Russo.
And we are back. Thanks for sticking with me. So far today, we're talking about the importance of good footwear for when you start moving on your journey and you want to drop some extra pounds by getting some exercise in. So I want to tell you a little something about an experience I had this past weekend. I ordered this pair that looked pretty cool. It comes in the mail, and I'm like, okay, so tomorrow I'll take my first walk with the brand new pair. And I went to take it out on Friday night to, you know, get them all laced up and everything else like that, get them prepared for the next day. And when I pulled them out of the box, I was like, what the heck is this? There were 2 different shoes in the box. So, I mean, they're both white, right? And you know what? In reality, it was meant to be this way. I didn't realize it, but they're patriotic shoes. So one sneaker is white and blue with some red accents, and the other sneaker is white and red with some blue accents. And they have like stars and stripes and all this other stuff. And I thought, you know, my initial viewing of it was that it was 2 different shoes. They somehow put a left and a right of 2 different shoes in the box. But then come to find out, the women's pair of the same shoe that I ordered has the picture showing you that it's 2 different shoes you're going to be getting if you order this pair of shoes. And I went and made sure, okay, did I order the women's pair by accident? No, I didn't. I ordered the men's pair. But in the men's section, they only showed you one of the 2. They didn't show you both shoes and show you how they were different. So I'm like, all right, I'm not wearing 2 different sneakers. Sorry. I understand it's like this, you know, patriotic thing, but I'm not wearing 2 different sneakers. And then on top of that, I tried them on, and they were a lot more snug than I'd like them to be. So decided to return them. But I knew I could not go another day on the Brooks that I was wearing because I was starting to turn my ankle, my left ankle, every time I stepped down on the shoe because there's no support in the heel part, my whole ankle was turning like I was going to sprain my ankle at some point if I kept using the shoe. So I said, all right, I got to bite this one. I just got to go to the Dick's Sporting Goods near my house here and see what they got. Okay, so I go. And of course, I know now I'm going to be paying way more than the $95 that I was going to pay. I just know it, right? So I'm looking, and 9.5 wide is what I'm looking for, right? Because all my life, my foot has been, I've needed a wide shoe. So I found one pair of Brooks for $130 that came 9.5 wide. And they were the Ghost. Brooks has different names for different models. The model I was leaving that I was throwing out was called the Launch. The model that I was going to, or was about to buy, is called the Ghost. So I put them on. They feel all right. They feel fine. No complaints really. And I said to myself, I'm walking around in them a little bit in the store. I'm looking at all the other ones. I end up finding one more pair that was 9.5 wide. It was black. I want to say they were also Ghost, but I'm not completely sure, so don't quote me on it. I tried those on. Wasn't much of a difference, but the other pair was more generic. It was just gray and black accents, whatever. So I then decided, why don't I try getting a normal 9.5? Because the 9.5 medium was everywhere. Okay. So I put it on. I left the right shoe with the Ghost that was 9.5 wide. And then I tried to find the same shoe that was 9.5 that was not wide. And I put it on the left. When I had the two shoes on, there was so little difference in the two of them that I said, you know what? All the possibilities open now. Forget 9.5 wide. We put that. I left the right shoe on for that moment. And I went looking for every shoe that I liked the way it looked, 9.5 wide. 9.5 medium. And so I left the Ghost on the right foot. And I started trying on different shoes. Long story short, I come to the Glycerin. The Glycerin 19 is the name of the model. And I put it I put it on my foot. And I stand up and I still have the Ghost on the right foot and the Glycerin on the left. And I swear to you, it was like I never wore a shoe in my life. I never felt anything like this. I felt like I was walking on a cloud of air. It felt like there were springs, or it was bouncy. It was weird. And I felt like I was being propelled forward by the shoe. Like there were springs in the shoe. And every step I took forward, it was like the shoe was pushing me just a little bit. Just like this little spring, It was so weird. And I said, I really like this. What is this experience? I'm thinking in my head. Because I'm the guy who never spent over $50 on a pair of shoes. Unless, we're talking about last time I spent over $100 on shoes, I was in high school when I was young and stupid. But I come to figure out that I must be old and stupid too, because $50 for a pair of shoes is just as stupid as what I paid for shoes in high school, especially when it's needed for activity, like going for 4 or 5 mile walks. But I just couldn't ignore it. The Glycerin shoe was just incredible. So I take a look. I'm scared because I never felt this feeling before, right? So that tells me this must be some shoe, okay? And sure enough, now keep in mind, I still had the Ghost, the 9.5 wide Ghost on the right shoe, on the right foot. And so I go to look at the price of this Glycerin. So the Ghost was $129.99. and the glycerin was $149.99. And I don't know that I ever spent this much on sneakers before in my life. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is crazy. But I could not ignore how good it felt to have that glycerin shoe on my foot. I can't ignore it. And not only can I ignore it, part of me wants to buy another pair because I don't have, now that I've put, because, okay, so I have the shoes I walk in, okay? And then when I go to like Walmart or whatever, I have these Skechers that I wear. And they're all white with white laces, you know, and I go crazy trying to keep them white, perfectly white all the time. And I only wear them for, you know, going out to the store, coming back. But having worn, I went to the store in those shoes. Now, having worn the glycerin shoe for 5-10 minutes and then stick my foot back in the Sketcher, I said, oh my God, my foot hurts. I'm going, did my foot always hurt like this? Or is it just because I put it in the glycerin and realized what non-painful shoe wearing feels like? And it made me realize how crunched my toes felt in the Skechers. And I said, what the heck is this? And for the first time, I'm realizing really the importance of the word toe box when purchasing a shoe, because it felt like you could spread your toes out in this shoe. I mean, that's how crazy it's so insane. So I said, you know what? I just have to do it. I have to buy it. And not only am I absolutely over the moon happy with them, I want to buy another pair so that when I go out to Walmart and everything else, I'm not wearing the shoes that I'm going walking in. I'm wearing a different pair. If they make glycerins that are all white, we're in the business here, you know? And that way I could still have the same look for when I'm going out to whatever store. But it was insane. And I spent the $150 and I'm so happy I did it. And I'm not making any money from this, by the way. Brooks, you know, congratulations. I'm giving you a free 15-minute infomercial right now. And I know it was just insane. And I've worn them every day since. And they are like beautiful little gloves perfectly made for your feet. And the amount of toe room and all that stuff, it was just the perfect shoe and worth every cent that I paid for them. And having said all that, I had an NSV on top of that this weekend. Non-scale victory that I wanted to tell you guys about. So in July 2020, I had, for the first time, you know, we were at Walmart or whatever, and I realized that all of my shirts were enormous. So I said, okay, I don't want to spend tremendous amounts of money on shirts because I still have plenty of weight to lose. So we went to Walmart. And so the shirts I was getting rid of were all 4X, you know, like polo style shirts. They were all 4X, okay? So I wasn't sure what size I was. We took a guess and we bought 2X. And I was so self-conscious. I put it on and it was real snug, but it was a good fit. And really, in reality, it was just a shirt that fit. It wasn't a shirt that was too tight. It was a shirt that fit properly. It wasn't baggy, nothing. And just because it fit properly, I was insecure. But I bought them. And I bought, you know, and because of how I think, when I find a shirt that I like, I buy every color it comes in my size. And then I'm done. I like this polo shirt. Okay, 8 different colors. Wrap them up. Size 2X. So that's what I did in June. And here we are, March. So I happened to be at Walmart on Saturday or Sunday, one of the two. And decided that I was going to go back to that area and I would purposely buy extra large of one of the colors of this shirt that I bought. And then just keep it in my closet and keep trying it on, because no way in my mind did I think I was anywhere near extra large. Okay, but I did notice that since I purchased the 2X shirts in June, I had some of them were plenty of room, and some of them not so plenty. So you obviously, everything's cut a little bit different. So I wasn't sure where I was. So I bought the extra large. And I, got some bright colors and whatever else. I come home and I decide I'm going to try it on just to see where I'm at, just to get a ballpark. I put it on, and not only did it fit, it fit with the same, a shirt that fit the same time, the same feeling I got when I put the 2X on, I got when I put the extra large on. And it was like the whole world just stopped in my mind. And I said, oh my God, I just put an extra large shirt on. 2 years ago, I was 4 or 5X, depending on the shirt. At my biggest, I was 6X. But I was 4 or 5X. And now, not only am I not 2X, I'm in an extra large. Now, could I walk into Macy's and wear an extra large? Who knows? I don't labor under any delusions that I'll be able to do that. It would be nice if I could, trust me, because I don't know that I ever walked into a normal department store. It's been years and years since I've been able to shop in a normal department store. And the feeling is incredible. And I had posted it on Connect. I posted it on Facebook in 9 months, going from 2X to extra large. And I did a side-by-side. Same type of shirt, same company, same brand, just different color and different size. And it looked good. I can't deny it didn't look good. That's for sure. I got to say I was a little self-conscious because of how slim-fitting the shirt is. But, at some point you just got to say, you know what? Forget about it. We're going to do it. You got to, if you're not going to be willing to let go of the insecurities, no one's going to do it for you. Whatever insecurities you hold on to as you go through this process are the insecurities that are going to be like Reno style flashing lights. This is my insecurity. And it's going to be flashing over your head, and everybody's going to know that it's your insecurity. So how do you let it go? You just do what's uncomfortable. That's how you let it go. You do what's uncomfortable, and there's nothing like it. Absolutely nothing like it. This ideology of being uncomfortable, it doesn't just apply to this choice of wearing a shirt that makes you uncomfortable. It applies to anything that seems difficult. You've been on this road countless times. And some of us, when things get tough, we keep pushing. A lot of us, when things get tough, we cry, scream, and kick, have a tantrum. And maybe we get through it and keep going. And maybe we quit. It is at these moments that your journey is speaking to you. Your journey is telling you it is time to become uncomfortable. You've done a good job so far. I like what you've done. You've made some great changes. It is no longer enough to keep riding this wave. Do you want to come with me? Do you want to take it to the next level? If you do, we have to be uncomfortable again. I know you don't like it. Nobody likes it. So what? It's time to be uncomfortable doing the things you don't like to do. Because whatever you're doing was good enough to get you to this point, but it's not good enough to get you to the next. And if you're really serious about what you're trying to do, now is the time to become uncomfortable. Now is the time to do the thing you don't think you can do. Whatever it is. Could be as simple as getting on an exercise machine that you've never been on before. Whatever it is, get on that thing, do that thing that you're supposed to do, and get to the next level of your journey so that you can grow. Not just your body that grows, it's your mind that grows. Do what needs to be done, and you will achieve the success you long to achieve. I love each and every one of you. God bless you all.